Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raihan, and together with my supervisor, Dr. Diana, we are under the Department of Psychology from the International Islamic University, Malaysia, and I will be presenting today's paper entitled Mobile Device Use by Young Children. So COVID-19 has led to the increase in parental burnout. This is a worrying matter because parental burnout can negatively influence parental mediation strategies. Fortunately, mindfulness has been studied and it is known that it can reduce the stress level of an individual. Therefore, in this study, it intends to examine the moderating effect of mindfulness. And this study also intends to examine children's effortful self-regulation, as it is an important indicator of children's healthy development. So with the variables outlined, this study is embedded within the premise of the Bronfen-Burnett ecological theory of child development. So for the measures, there are 4 skills, which are brief parental burnout scale, parental mediation strategy scale, cognitive and affective mindfulness scale, and finally, effortful subscale, or the very short form of the children's behavior questionnaire. So for the procedures, firstly, permissions from the authors of the scale were obtained along with the ethical approval from the IIUM Research Ethics Committee. And also next, the questionnaire linked together with an informed consent form were distributed to several groups and institutions via online social platforms. Next, for the data analysis, firstly, data collection were analyzed using SPSS, and then data screening indicated no missing data. Next, Chromebox Alpha was used to conduct reliability analysis for each scale. And finally, descriptive and correlation analysis were conducted as well. So for the results, under the column of alpha, all scales scored above 0.7, which is the acceptable reliability score. And most of the scales were normally distributed, except for 3 scales which were negatively skewed. All parental mediation strategies were positively correlated with each other. And if you can see on top row, only the relationship between parental burnout and mindfulness were statistically significant. So as we observed earlier, all scales met the reliability requirements. Therefore, all scales are acceptable in the Malaysian context. Okay, so for the intercorrelations among the variables, firstly, there were no correlation between parental burnout and parental mediation strategies. This is because maybe some parents were better at coping with daily stresses and can be also attributed to the Malaysian cultural lifestyle that values collectivism. Next, there was a statistically significant negative relationship between parental burnout and mindfulness. This indicates that mindfulness can mitigate the influence of parental burnout among working parents. Next, there was no correlation between parental burnout and children's effortful self-regulation. However, the direction was positive. So this indicates that parents' ability to cope with the stressor may induce a sense of self-efficacy in their parenting skills, which positively influence their children's self-regulation. And next, parental mediation strategies, there was no correlation between parental mediation strategies and children's effortful self-regulation. However, the direction was positive. Therefore, young children's effortful self-regulation can be promoted via restrictive mediation and supervision based on the results in the study. Finally, there was no correlation between mindfulness and children's effortful self-regulation. This is because maybe there's a presence of the variable. There were positive and negative feedbacks. The positive feedbacks were related to the ease of layout and structure of survey, and negative feedback were related to the language. Limitations were related to small sample size, number 1. Number 2, unique direction of the relationship obtained in the study could not be explained in this pilot study. And finally, language barrier. In conclusion, all scales had a good internal consistency values. However, some changes had to be done to the scales, such as translation. Therefore, certain adaptations has to be done to the scales for future studies. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.